Welcome to the Enriched Minds podcast, people. Hope everybody's having a good week, because some people's having some awfully bad weeks. Shout out to Luke Perry. Prayers go up to him. Luke Perry, if you don't know, he was the heartthrob from the original 90210 back in the day, early 90s. The man at 52 had a massive stroke. That's gotta suck. Hopefully he gets well soon and has a full recovery. Because sometimes, you can lose some of your motor skills and having your face might droop, things like that. And that wouldn't be a good look. Hopefully he has a 100% recovery. Now, today's Thursday. I know I usually drop on Tuesdays and Saturdays, but I had a busy week. But I am dropping as soon as I could. And I was scrolling through the news and I see Kylie Jenner has accused Travis Scott of cheating. And I'm thinking, damn, that just comes on the heels of Jordyn Woods cheating with Tristan Thompson, or Tristan Thompson cheating with Jordyn Woods because he was in a relationship, she wasn't. Anyway, a lot of these Kardashian haters are cheering and screaming, karma. Karma, I tell you, goddamn it, they're getting what they deserve. Now let me try to put some truth to that matter or disprove that matter. Now, if your significant other cheated on you, now you didn't really have them to begin with. It's not like the Kardashians raped someone or forced some man to be with them and broke up a relationship. And a lot of you guys like to blame other people for a breakup or for your spouse or your other half cheating, boyfriend or girlfriend. Slaughterhouse.com or behind your back. But listen, you can't blame anybody else for your failed relationship. Now, I'm not saying it's your fault. Maybe you didn't see the signs that person wasn't ready to commit. Anyway, all that did was triggered me to want to talk about why so many relationships fail. I've been in a few brief relationships that failed. They didn't go all the way to the finish line. Even been in a serious relationship that failed and didn't go to the finish line. Now, some of it's my fault, some of it's not. That's the mature outlook of it. And this is how you make yourself ready for the next relationship, by seeing the mistakes you made in the previous relationship. Now, I know due to a lot of emotions and anger, you don't want to face that because that motherfucker should have did this and that person should have did that and they were just all wrong and everything could have just been so perfect. Like Lauryn Hill said, it was all so simple, but you had to go and make it hard. Unfortunately, people, the common denominator a lot of time is you. Think about that. Let that weigh in. You could be the reason so many relationships fail. And that's why it's good to take a good internal look at yourself and maybe step back from the dating game until you get yourself ready and get some of those old wrinkles ironed out. Anyway, I have a list that I wanted to talk about why so many relationships fail. I'm sure I left some off this list because I'm not perfect. See how I did that, people? Use that in your relationship. Number 1, not ready for a continued commitment. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, right now in the moment, this shit is forever. I mean, I love this person. Everything's so perfect. I think my mic is popping. I'm sorry, people. Everything's so perfect in the beginning. But listen, everything's always perfect in the beginning. A new job is perfect in the beginning. Your new dog is so perfect in the beginning. But then the bullshit starts to rise to the surface. And then the bullshit starts to affect the environment, affect the psyche, affect the emotion. And that's when shit starts to go downhill. Now, what I mean by continued commitment is, in that moment, this shit is forever. But 3 months later, when the shit starts coming to the surface, or when one person might get bored, they start looking elsewhere. Ladies, he might not have been packing like you expected he was packing in the sex department, okay? And his performance is lackluster. And you might need more from your significant other in that department, right? So now you're kind of bored with the person, but he might be good. He might be good in 75% of the other areas, and in that 25%, he's just pure garbage. So you might start getting a wandering eye. Fellas, she might get lazy. She might have a headache too many times. It might seem like every time you turn around, she's on her period. She's not available for you sexually or emotionally. Then people start looking elsewhere. A friend of mine on the podcast a few weeks back said he had a work wife. Now, I asked him, would it be cool if your wife had a work husband? He said, no comment on that. But I'll save that point for later. But people get bored. People are not ready for the continued commitment. And this is why the vetting process is so important in picking a significant other. Now, emotionally, you feel so good. That's everybody. But you have to use more of your emotions to make these decisions. So think about that. Number 2, failure to communicate properly / expecting the other person to read your mind. Now, let me say this. Unless you're a mind reader, even if you are a mind reader, you can't expect everybody to be a mind reader. That's just not realistic. So anyway, people don't communicate properly. Someone has a problem, they might express it through different ways and expect for you to ask, hey, what's wrong? What's going on? This person might be focused with work, keeping their damn job because the boss man said, look, one more fuck up and it's a wrap. You don't even think about this. This person might be distracted by something else. And you are huffing and puffing and slamming things down and you expecting for this person to notice that. And this person might not have noticed it. This person might be focused on going to the gym or something like that and just take off. And now you have resentment because they didn't read your mind and notice that there was a problem and immediately address that. Well, listen, have you ever thought that your significant other has done the same thing and you didn't recognize it? You didn't catch it? So we have to be fair sometimes. And sometimes I know it's awkward to have certain conversations, but it's best for clarity. That way there's no clouded, there's no clouded closure, or you know everything that's going on with the person and how they feel. Sometimes you might have misread something and it might not have been what you made it out to be. Think about that sometimes instead of expecting this person to automatically know something's wrong and you need to address that. I want you to come talk to me. Why not just say that? Don't make a mountain out of a molehill. And what I mean by that, sometimes it's a simple mistake. Especially with these text messages, you misread it. You read something that really wasn't there, or even in a conversation, you took it away that really wasn't that way. Because we're not perfect. So learn how to talk properly. Instead of yelling and screaming and pointing the finger, you can just sit down and work things out, people. But this is another reason why I believe relationships crumble. They perish for no good old reason. Number 3. I don't know why everybody's hitting me up. Everybody always wants to hit me up. Anyway, number 3. Not accepting people as they are. Expecting them to somehow change. What do I mean by this? Fellas, if she was overweight when you met, don't expect her to go to the gym and lose weight. I should say, if she was not a gym person when you met, don't expect her to become a gym person. If this person was lazy when you met, don't expect them to all of a sudden get all this motivation and do what you want them to do. That is not realistic. People are who they are. If the person didn't like to clean up when you met them, 5 years later, they're still not going to like to clean up. So why would you complain? Because here's what you're doing. You end up beating up people for being who they are. You ever think about that? The person is lazy. That's who they always been. You chose to be in a relationship with this person. Now all of a sudden being lazy is a problem. But you already accepted it when you stuck around. When you saw the laziness and you should have said, oh damn, I can't really rock with that. You could have bounced, but you stayed. Now you're saying, oh, you're so fucking lazy. Why did you just badgering somebody for no reason for being who they are, and you knew who they were when you got into the predicament. That's like getting mad at your Mercedes Benz. You got the 600 Benz, the big body, 100,000+ version. But that motherfucker can't pull a tractor trailer. Now you want to kick the car and you want to hit it. You mad at the car because it cannot pull a trailer. But you should have bought a tractor trailer if you wanted to pull a trailer. Think about that, people. And it's vice versa. Your significant other is expecting shit out of you. Now it's a problem. Oh, but you knew I was like that. So stay. Be realistic and expect exactly what you've seen in the beginning. Because sometimes people do fake. But, 3 weeks later, that shit usually crumble, and you see that, oh shit, your house is pretty junky, or damn, are you gonna cook something? Oh, fuck that, I ain't really into cooking. I just did that in the beginning to impress you. Anyway, don't beat people up for being who they are. You knew who they were from the beginning, you picked it, you stuck with it, motherfucker. Number 4, letting the ego be more important than the relationship. What do I mean by this? Wanting to be always right is feeding the ego. Has nothing to do with the relationship. You want to win an argument, like a lawyer. Just focused on winning all the time. Has nothing to do with the relationship. Because sometimes you might be wrong. Sometimes you might need to pause and take time to actually process what this person is saying, because you might be wrong. But you immediately fight. You immediately start. If someone points out something you've done, you point out something they've done. It doesn't make you exempt from being wrong. You still fucked up, just like they might have fucked up. So you try to say, oh, well, you can't tell me I fucked up. You fucked up. Yeah, you can, because a mistake is a mistake. If you wrote down 2 + 2 is 6, just because this person wrote 8, both of y'all made a mistake. Both of y'all need to sit down and figure this shit out to see what's really possible. Now, letting the ego be more important than love is a problem. Guys, you tell your girl, why you tripping me talking to this girl? She just a friend and I ain't even did nothing. But as soon as she talking to a dude, you ready to kill everybody within a 2-block radius. So be realistic, fellas. If you don't want that person doing it, you ought not do it. Because your ego will tell you you can do it, but they can't. Your ego is a motherfucking lie. Your ego will ruin your relationship and have you single and lonely and didn't have to be. And, mess up a good thing. Why do that? Take your time. Tell your ego to take a hike. Take his ass to bed. Come back later. You're not open for business. Tell the ego to come back down the line. Fuck that. Don't let an ego ruin your relationship, folks. And that's with everybody, with your brother, your sister, blah, blah, blah. You get what I'm saying. Check your ego at the door. Know what I'm saying? Number 5, unrealistic expectations. Now, expecting a motherfucker to be perfect is one of the most common unrealistic expectations. Expecting someone to do everything you want them to do, and you don't have to do anything. You want this for merely existing is an unrealistic expectation. Now, I know some of y'all motherfuckers might have turned this shit off. Some of y'all might have turned it off a long time ago. But be real, folks. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. And a lot of you people want to play. You want to try to trick some motherfucker. But listen, it comes a time where that shit don't work. It comes a time where you done trick so much, you don't respect these people and you ain't happy. Now you're in a midlife crisis. You wonder what the fuck did you do with yourself? Now you're 40 and you're 50 and you with some motherfuckers that you don't even want to be with because you don't respect these motherfuckers. You're setting yourself up for the temple of doom, people. Listen, if you can't give it, how could you expect it? If you're not perfect, how could you expect perfection? If you're not willing to accept someone's imperfections, how do you expect somebody to accept yours? That's just unrealistic. And then you start to nag and you start to bitch. And then this makes the relationship crumble when you shouldn't have been there in the first place, because this person wasn't who you wanted anyway, but you want them to become this knight in shining armor. This dude has the perfect physique and he's not that smart, but he better become a genius when I say so. That's an unrealistic expectation. I had that kind of before. I learned that from my personal mistake, where I expected someone to learn when I wanted them to learn. Because I told you, you should have processed it and understood it and know this now. I was stupid as fuck, people. I can admit it. Maybe I'm ready for marriage. Maybe I'm not. Anyway, moving on to number 6. Not willing to do the work. Relationships don't come like microwave dinners where they're already perfect and set up or catered or drive through. You just go through, let me get a 25-year relationship with the man of my dreams. It don't work like that, folks. So you might have to do some work. Work on yourself. Work with the relationship. Being prepared for this person to be imperfect. That's work. That's putting in work. That's understanding, okay, this person is going to make some mistakes that are going to piss me off. Just because I'm mad, I don't need to pull the trigger and say, I'm leaving everybody. I'm leaving everything. Fuck all this. I can't do this no more. Sometimes works need to be done, which is communicating, which is understanding, trying to understand this person more deep to figure out their strong points and their weak points. Everybody got a weak point. Then you start to expect, okay, this person is going to leave them shoes in the middle of the floor because they just out of habit, and I'm going to trip over the motherfucker. So let me just start paying attention for shoes to be left in the middle of the floor. That way I don't trip and bust my chin because you knew this was this person's weakness. Just like a lot of people's weakness is food. God damn, that cobbler, man, I gotta go, man. I gotta do it. It's so hard to lose weight. Yeah, because people have weaknesses. We all do. Make sure you're aware of yours before you point out somebody else's. Number 7, this is a big one. Broken trust. Pretty much at this point, I don't think that the relationship could be repairable. And it's not limited to cheating. Broken trust could be somebody hide money, somebody lying about something that you found out wasn't true. Don't gotta be cheating, but they might as well cheat because it's the same thing. Oh my God, I found out everything was a lie. You lied. The person might have said he was rolling. He got this or she got that. They not really who they say they are. Once you hit that point, bam, you back single. Now, this didn't have to happen in the first place. Why you can't be honest, folks? If you're not ready to be totally honest, you're probably not ready for a relationship. And that's okay. Get you some friends with benefits. Let some folks know that, hey, I'm not really ready for a relationship because I'm selfish. I like to keep all my money to myself. And I don't really like to share, and I know that it's not right. So let me not take you down that road where I'm tricking you into one thing and I'm doing a lot of shit on my own in another. It's amazing to me how two people can be together and they're not on the same team. That's a fucking trip. So you sleeping in the same bed, you living in the same house, y'all supposed to be working towards the same goals, but in real life, under the surface, y'all are moving in two different directions. You don't have no choice but for the shit to crumble because y'all wasn't on the same team. That's like a blood in the crib trying to be in a relationship together, right? It ain't gonna work for a Democrat and a Republican. It ain't gonna work. And last but definitely not least, and a lot of people suffer from this, is unresolved issues from the past. Let that sink in. Because I know a lot of y'all motherfuckers jumped up like that's right. People have all this baggage. And they want to beat you up for whatever happened with that last motherfucker. Or they want to they want to treat you like that last motherfucker. So, for instance, okay, that last person might have violated number 7, which is broken trust. I haven't violated broken trust. Why would you accuse me of things that I haven't done? There's no verification. But because this last relationship has left such a sour taste in your mouth, you are so quick to catch somebody for the broken trust that might not be there. It might be pure trust. And you might be overreacting or overanalyzing sometimes. Or all up in somebody's business, all in the mustard and can't catch up. Might be doing things to that nature. If you still have these things inside you, you're not ready for a relationship. Don't waste nobody's time. And don't beat nobody up for what the last person did. Your last boyfriend might have liked to leave you stranded. He might have, he might not care about your needs. Don't blame that shit on me. Don't blame it on her. She's not your baby's mama. She didn't cut your tires. She didn't knock out your window. You know what I'm saying? Don't treat the girl like that. That girl didn't do nothing to you, dog. You got to give her a chance to prove that she's different than the rest. But because of your unresolved issues, you don't have the ability to let people live up to their full potential in your realm. Because you think you already got them figured out because all women are like this and all men are like that. Well, if that's the case, why would you want to be in a fucking relationship? And that's why I believe the relationship goes straight to the bottom of the ocean or straight to the Kim Jong-un anti-aircraft gun to where it just splatters in a million pieces because you don't really believe that you can have a pure relationship because you have so many unresolved issues. Now, what's wrong with taking a break? Now, a lot of women are saying, well, I'm too old to be having a friend with benefits. I ain't even with all that. But sometimes that's what you might need. You might need a good little, intimacy every now and then, get taken care of and get back to healing and doing you. Don't be tricked into, in order for me to be intimate, I need to be in a relationship, because that's not true. You might be doing your thing, this person doing their thing, and that might be a part of the healing process. When this person is there for you, even though y'all friends with benefits, this person's still there for you and really, care about you. It's not just about the benefits. It's also about the friends. Ain't nothing wrong with that, folks. Don't jump in a relationship if you ain't ready for these 8 things, because y'all are just adding to these fucking statistics that ain't got to be there. And then y'all want to get married. Oh my God, this is the one. You know what, dog? Man, I met this one. This is the one. Man, you talking about that girl right there? Yeah, man, she's amazing, dog. Yeah, you caught up in the moment. You caught up how she make you feel right now. But as soon as relationships face problems, they might turn into a different person and leave your ass stranded. They might say, look, I ain't got time for that. Shit, I can't, you know what? I can't do this right now. I need space. Jerome picking her up. And that's her brother. This is my play brother. But a play brother might be the friend with the benefits. Know what I'm saying? So, be honest with yourself. I'm sure I missed some other shit about relationships fail. And y'all stop beating up on the Kardashians so damn much. What the Kardashians did to you? Y'all hating on all these girls because they man might have strayed away from home because evidently he wasn't getting some at the house. You want to keep blaming everybody else for your actions, but you need to take full responsibility and focus on what that person wants. Communicate properly. Make sure they're happy. Make sure they ain't got no reason to turn their head. And if you did that and you didn't give them no reason to turn their head, they wasn't ready to be settled down with just you anyway. So stop blaming the Kardashian clan. That being said, I'm going to holler at y'all Saturday. Hit me with the comments and correct me if I'm wrong. Add something to this. And hopefully you'll be peaceful for the rest of your life. Holler at me.